What's going on, and welcome to today's episode of the Hikers Network. Today, what we're going to be going through is we'll have a live interview with none other than Dan Becker. We're also going to go to the Best Backpacker, and he's going to show us some awesome DIY trail repairs that you can actually just do while you're on trail. And then we'll end things with today's subscriber hack of the day. So stay tuned to the very end to make your life a little bit easier on trail. And now it's time. We're going to go live to Dan Becker. Dan, how we doing?
What's going on, buddy? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. Hope your day's awesome.
It's going good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. So, Dan, I wanted to ask you a few questions because you seem to be exploding around the backpacking community.
Yeah.
So, question number one. Why in the world did you ever even start a YouTube channel about backpacking?
Oh, man. Why did I start a YouTube channel? I don't know. I think first it was basically just to get some, footage down for my family, and I just wanted to document my hikes. I have been watching a ton of YouTubers for years. Sure. And I actually just went out and bought a DSLR camera. Oh, that's heavy. And yeah, well, I set it down on my desk one day and I filmed a video, and I thought, man, I could probably do this, and I uploaded it, and that was about it. Yeah, so I don't know. It was probably the worst idea ever, because now I'm doing videos all the time. So
yeah, but that's great, man, and yeah. I'm really enjoying them.
Yeah, thank you.
So question number two. You really got this big explosion on your channel thus far, and you started this tag system about a luxury challenge. So I want to know what spurred that on, what kind of inspired you to do that, and then tell us a little bit about, what your reaction is to your channel growing so fast. Yeah,
so initially it was just because I was looking for content. I was looking for just another video to post and to get information out to viewers. And it was literally came to me one morning, probably about 8 o'clock in the morning. I just thought, oh, it would be kind of cool to do one of those tag videos. I remember years ago they had done tag videos where they were doing like the 5 gear items, Right,
yeah.
And I thought, man, that'd be fun to kind of do one of those. And by probably 10:30 in the morning, I had filmed it. I didn't think anything of it. I posted it, and that was it. I couldn't believe that last week Dixie from Homemade Wanderlust did one. Darwin did one. Syntax did one. Shug did one. It's literally blowing my mind. I can't believe that they actually did those. Yeah, pretty awesome.
Those are big names. Like those people. They inspired me to start my channel. I first started watching Dixie and Darwin and Syntax, and now here we are.
Yeah, they're the best. I love them. I've subscribed to every one of those guys literally for years.
Me too.
And to see those guys now doing this luxury challenge, and then Dixie had my face on her channel. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, it was nuts. It was pretty awesome. So it was a lot of fun. Yep.
Well, awesome. Third question. Do you have any upcoming trips that you can let us in on?
No, I only do talking head videos. Yeah.
Yeah, why does everybody think that? Why does everybody think you're not a backpacker? You're just talking head.
Well, honestly, the reality is I've got a family. I own a business for my day job. And then I just don't have all the time in the world to hike. I wish I did. But I try to hike, once every 4 to 6 weeks. I try to get out for at least an overnight or two, a weekend trip. So, yep, matter of fact, I've got a trip coming up here. Hopefully next month, I'll be hitting up a trail in Wisconsin called the Ice Age Trail. So it's pretty awesome. It's an 1,100-mile trail. Goes all throughout Wisconsin. So it'll be fun to finally get Wisconsin on the map. All those Ohio boys got their trails out there, and I want to try to get some Wisconsin stuff out. So yeah, I'm excited.
The one thing I don't understand is how are you going to fit 1,100 miles in one night?
I'm a super ultralight backpacker. And I got some really sweet trail runners. Yeah.
All right. Last question for you, Dan, is if you can only give one tip to hikers or backpackers, what would that takeaway be? What is it?
One tip. Oh man, all right, I would say this. Well, I'm gonna do 2 tips. Is that cool? All right,
oh, that's a cheat code. We'll let you put in the cheat code just because I love you.
So, because if it's a new backpacker, I'm gonna say right away, your first trip is gonna stink. You're not gonna like it. And so continue on and do it a couple more times. It'll click, and the bug will hit you, and you'll be excited. If you're a seasoned backpacker, I would say, you know, just you don't know it all, and stay humble. You know, always be willing to learn and help other backpackers in their quest to become backpackers. So I guess that would be my tip for everybody.
I love it, man. I love it, and you're awesome. Oh!
Yo, you're awesome, man. You're awesome.
I can't wait till we meet back up, man. Thanks
it's gonna be
so
awesome.
much for coming on the channel.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, man. It's an honor. Yeah.
I love that guy. All right, next up, let's go to The Best Backpacker, and he has his own YouTube channel. Make sure you check him out. He's going to show us his DIY repair kit that you can also use on trail. Take it away.
Thanks, Jeremiah. I really appreciate being on your channel. I'm loving all that backpacking content that you've been making. All right, today, folks, I'm going to be talking about a simple repair that you can do on the trail. When we're walking down the trail, and a branch snags your jacket or your pants and you get that tear, there's no reason to throw the jacket away. There's no reason for that waterproof jacket to not keep you dry on that trip. Now I've got a rip in this Go Light jacket and the 850 down is starting to come out. I don't want to lose any more. Let's repair this jacket. The first step, if you're repairing an insulated piece of gear, is to stuff the insulation back in. If it's synthetic, you just push it back in with your finger, or if it's down, you usually have to reach from underneath and pinch and pull the feathers back in so you don't lose any of that precious down. Now with the needle and thread, I'm going to start on one side of the tear and stitch a few loops in the same spot. This is going to reinforce the edge of that tear and make sure that it doesn't spread. After that, I'm going to do what's called a continuous over and over stitch all the way down the tear to the other end, where I'm going to go ahead and put a few more loops in again to reinforce the stitching. Now the easiest way to tie it off is to go and do an over and over stitch all the way back and then just tie it off with the tail that you started with. Just snip the ends of the thread and you've stitched it up. As a final step, I put a little tape over it. I like using the Dyneema repair tape that you can get off Ripstop by the roll. This stuff holds, it lasts forever, and not only is it really strong, but it's clear for the most part, so you don't have to worry about matching some kind of tape or fabric to your gear. Your repair kit is incredibly light. All you need is 1 or 2 needles, a little bit of thread, and just a few inches of that tape. This weighs mere grams, and it can go a long way to making your trip a lot more successful. Here's a couple tips about that repair kit. First of all, pre-thread your needles. There's nothing more infuriating than being in the backcountry and not having a sharp pair of scissors to get a nice crisp end on the thread and try to stick it through that needle while you're waiting to repair your raincoat in the rain. Or if you're like me, I don't bring a needle and thread at all. I have a med kit that involves a very lightweight pack of sutures, which comes with several pre-loaded needles with nylon thread, and in a pinch, this stuff works perfectly for repairing gear. Before I throw it back to you, Jeremiah, I got one more tip for your viewers. If you're worried about the aesthetic, if you're worried about how it looks to have a stitched up piece of gear with tape on it, just know that the best backpackers in the world see repaired gear kind of like a heroic battle scar. So go ahead, kids, repair that gear, stitch it up, and wear that battle scar with pride. Back to you, Jeremiah.
Thank you so much, brother. Hopefully I don't have to put that to work while I'm out on trail, but if I do, at least I'll have it. All right, to end today's video, I have the subscriber hack of the day. If you want to be featured in the subscriber hack of the day, make sure you comment below with a hack that you'd like to share with all the other backpackers. So this hack comes to us from Hannah Ulrich. And Hannah, she's one of my subscribers. She gave the hack of try switching from like a regular spork to a Dairy Queen spoon or a Chipotle spoon or a McFlurry spoon, something that has a long handle on it, but it weighs almost nothing. I actually just went and weighed these. My Dairy Queen spoon, which I took on my last trip, and I had one subscriber that saw that it was stuck in my hat during the Trails Kitchen. I just weighed it, and it was 3 grams. I weighed my spork, and this is just a cheap sporting goods spork. Got it at my local sporting goods store. It weighed right at 15 grams, so saving some weight there. All right, folks, let me know what you think about the Hikers Network, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.